Hi Hugh, Phil Beever here from the Wilderness Club. Just want to recap on our lesson this morning. So if we run through your swing here on the left, we can see as you take the club away, we don't really hinge it. It's almost like you're pushing it away very wooden with the wrists. So when your left arm is parallel to the ground at this stage here, we can see your wrists haven't cocked at all. If we look here on the right of Jordan Spieth, you'll see here when his left arm becomes parallel to the ground, which it is now, we can see the shaft is already starting to hinge, and we can see if we draw a line on that shaft plane with his, we can see it points just, there we go, just inside the ball. So it's a little bit more hinge. And if I carry on with Jordan, you can see that evidently there when his hands reach the middle of his chest, that set line is a little bit steeper and inside the ball. If we look at yours, when your hands reach the middle of your chest and draw a line on it here, we can see there it points way above the ball. Now this equates to power. I tried to give you an analogy of throwing a golf ball. If you don't cock your wrists on the way back and try and throw the ball as far as possible, it's not going to go anywhere really. And when you cock the wrists, obviously you can throw it probably 3 times as far. So that's going to get you a little bit more power. Just practice hinging, but hinge the wrists up. And we're trying to get the shaft to point more in this direction, Hugh. Okay. So that was the first bit. Second bit, if we run to the top of the swing, it's quite nice. Obviously, you started to swing it longer as you hinge the club. If we look at Jordan at the top of his swing, we can see there his swing looks a little bit fuller than yours, purely because obviously he's broken his wrists. Okay, coming down here, unfortunately, you're going to see here that your hands follow this red line. If anything, goes slightly to the right of it. And that's what we call being slightly steep. So coming down now, we can see the shafts cutting through your left forearm, and it's absolutely vertical. And you complained about, you get some really deep divots. You tend to blade the ball, thin the ball a little bit too often, and that's because the shaft on this red line there is absolutely vertical and cutting through the left. If we look at Jordan here on the right, as he starts down, you're seeing his shaft is starting to shallow, and when he gets to the same position as you can see his shaft is at a 45-degree angle and points above the ball. So you're going to see that of all good players going back will get the red line in between the ball and the feet, and on the way down the red line points above the ball. And yours is the opposite. Your red line went this way going back, and then coming down we can see it points that way. So that's what we needed to reverse, Hugh. 1, that creates some power, and 2, just gets a better ball flight. If we carry on with your swing here, we can see here the club head is being delivered on the outside because the club head is to the right of the golf ball, where if we look at Jordan's coming down, it's always to the left of the golf ball. Okay, so how to fix this, I put you behind the drive range, okay, and I wanted you to make your backswing with your new set and try and feel like you hit that red line on the way down. We can see that red line's quite a long way away from you, and if we do, I can't draw straight lines today. If we look at Jordan, when he goes to the top as he starts down, you can see he gets very close to hitting this red line as he starts down, where if we look at you, you get further away from that red line coming down. Okay, so hit the fence on the way down for me. That gets you delivering the club on the inside for me. And the last part of the lesson is we put an alignment stick here, and I tried to get you to feel like you drew the ball around it, so you released your hands, released the club. It's very important that you release the club to the right of the ball. If not, you're going to pull the ball left with a draw, which we don't want. So just feel like you're going to start the ball to the right of the target, and you're just going to bring it back slightly. I know it's a scary feeling because all your shots that have leaked to the right in the past have gone further right, okay? But just trust me on this. So miss the drive range going back with a new set, hit it on the way down, and then release the club to the right, and we're going to see a massive difference. I mean, look how steep the shaft is. We can see there it's cutting through your neckline there. If we look at Jordan's here coming through, you can see the face is bang on square, and if we keep going through impact like so, we can see the face is now pointing left, so we know the club face is released, and the club also comes out on a lower part there, slightly shallower shaft in a lower part of the body. And if we look at your club face going through here, we can see, look at the face, your face is the opposite to his. It's pointing to the right, it's now pointing there, and trying to flip, but it's all a bit late. So work on them few bits for me, and I'll see you soon.